All right, we're going to bring up Dave Roberts, Andrew Friedman, Brandon Gomes for a Q&A session.
Be a hot potato, guys. Get ready.
Gerard Moncure, Fox 11 again. Dave, how much of a role did you play in monitoring the situation while this was going on? And from a baseball standpoint, what do you like about Roki from what you have seen, whether it's on tape or in person?
Well, I think as Andrew alluded to, it started with Galen Carr, his team, Pacific Rim. And then obviously coordinating through Andrew Gomer and all of baseball operations. And I think for me, it was just kind of getting information over the last few years. And I just think the last, call it month, having a couple of interactions with Roki and his team, I got to know them a lot more. And it was sort of kind of painting a picture on what it would look like day to day from a clubhouse perspective. As far as what I liked, obviously the physicality, the stuff, it's swing and miss stuff, the age, and he's just obviously performed.
This is for Andrew, 500 The Athletic. You guys were kind of seen as maybe the front runners for Sasaki, right here in the middle. You guys were kind of seen as front runners for Roki kind of throughout. How did you guys sort of view your positioning here with the standings, and sort of was it relief, was it surprise when sort of found out that he was choosing you guys?
I think just pure excitement. Obviously, this is something that's been on our radar for a long time, and the amount of time and energy that Galen Carr, Ishmael Cruz, John Diebel, and our whole staff put into going and watching so many of his starts, to the people in the office and all that went into preparing for these meetings, just a number of fingerprints all over it from so many different groups. So it was pure excitement when we found out. And for us, we felt like, the homework assignment, we felt like was right in our wheelhouse. Our ability to showcase our performance science group, our training staff, our performance staff, our pitching coaches, how connected those groups are. We felt like really highlighted a strength of ours. And so going through this process, we felt like, the most important thing was going to be to put our best foot forward. And we felt like we did that. Did it help a ton, provide, patience? No. But I would say when we found out from a text from Shohei, who beat the agent to the punch, it was just pure excitement.
Hey, Andrew, what was your guys' kind of answer to the homework assignment? Some of the specific things you told him, and how kind of quickly do you guys hope that the production he showed in Japan will translate over here?
For us, we had obviously spent some time talking about this over the year, and just some of the delivery changes that happen. We see it a lot when a guy has a hamstring injury and he comes back and his stride length is off a little bit, and just the effect it can have on the delivery. And so those were things that Galen and his crew had flagged and were talking about well in advance of that. And so for us, it was about getting into what those differences were that we saw, but also getting at what the process would be with us, and how either intra-game or between starts, how quickly we would flag that between our performance science group down to our pitching group, training staff, to see if things are going on what's going on in the weight room, just how quickly those things would get flagged. And it was more about how things would work going forward if he were to be a Dodger, that we spent the most time kind of highlighting.
Andrew, somewhat related note, he didn't pitch like a ton in Japan, right? I think fewer than 400 innings over the last 4 years. Last year, like 110. How much do you, expect him to pitch this year? Are you considering maybe delaying the start of the season? Like, how do you go about managing those innings?
Well, first and foremost, we're really excited to partner with him. We feel like his goal is to be the first Japanese pitcher to win a Cy Young, and he definitely possesses the ability to do that. So we're excited to partner with him. We don't know at this point. Our plan is to start him. He's going to go and start the season, and we will continue to work with him on routine between starts. There's more travel here, but we don't have any artificial number of innings or anything that we are going to predetermine. It's going to be much more about partnering with him, getting that feedback, seeing how he bounces back between starts. And obviously, as we get into the season, we'll know a lot more than we do today. But the plan is to hit the ground running in spring training and have him be a big part of helping us win games.
Near the end of the regular season, I think, right, you talked about having to kind of look at what you guys were doing in response to kind of all the arm injuries. What did you find during that process, and how does that maybe help you guys, guide you guys as you guys go forward from here?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of time. We're going to spend a lot more time on it. And it wasn't something that we set out to say, okay, we got the answer. It was more to take a critical look at everything and separate out amateur baseball and things that happen before they get into our system or to a system in Major League Baseball. And then, what things look like when we acquire a player. And so, we had a lot of different conversations about we're going to continue to. I don't know that we're going to publish anything, but we feel better today than we did 6 months ago, and we'll all be really disappointed if we don't feel way better about it 6 months from now. And so obviously the most important thing is for results. We're in a results business, and we understand that. And so for us, it's about continuing to get better, hopefully with seismic leaps. But we spent a lot of time, we'll continue to.
Darren Haynes, KCAL Sports Central. Dave, we didn't hear your reaction when Shohei Ohtani broke the news that he was coming to join the Dodgers. What was your reaction to all of that?
I actually got a text from Gomer. So Gomer let me know that we got him, and I think it's my response. There were some expletives maybe, but I was certainly very excited. It was a long process, and I think with anything, there's so much anticipation, and Roki kept things really close to the vest, and so you've got great organizations that are kind of vying for this, amazing person and talent, and then so obviously like anything, and then Andrew alluded to it. There's been a lot of man hours that were put into this whole process, and a lot of airline miles as well. And so finally to come to a culmination, I think that, we're in a very great position. We positioned ourselves really well right now. But when you get a player like Roki going forward as well, it's just really exciting for all of us. And so excited is certainly an understatement, but just grateful for, for the trust that Roki put into our organization, into us individually. Excited for our fans. Certainly at a time like this right now in Los Angeles, and excited for our players. They showed out. Our players showed up anytime any one of us asked for anything from them individually. They came out and stepped up to show, what it would be like on a day-to-day basis as a teammate of Roki. So that was really, pivotal as well.
I'm wondering if, whether it's via a six-man rotation or some other modified arrangement, you guys have thoughts today about whether he's going to be pitching once a week, or whether you'd like to keep him on that schedule, and if that is something that he expressed a preference towards in any of his meetings with you.
Yeah, he definitely asked about it and was curious about what the plan was. For us, it's easier to be more creative on that front. Looking back, we have been aggressive to give our pitchers extra rest whenever we're playing a long stretch of games, and we've managed to do it. It comes with a cost, and it's tricky from a roster management standpoint and sending guys down and bringing guys up. We felt like it was erring on the side of caution to do that with guys, and so we've been aggressive doing it. Now with Shohei and his two-way player status, it just makes it that much easier. And I think we are uniquely positioned for that, to be as flexible as we need to be, for it to be something that works best for Roki's development. And we have made that pledge to him, and we will see that through in this partnership.
Appreciate it, guys. That wraps it up for today. Thanks to everybody for being here.